Hey, what is up, traders? This is Stan Gluzman here with 7 Points Capital, bringing to you today's trader takeaways. So the environment is in a small cap land is pretty dangerous right now. We have a lot of runners and they're pretty much all in squeeze mode. So CEI was the one that I took a loss on yesterday. I was shorting this breakdown and I was adding in here and I was adding a little bit in here, and I got stopped out on this candle right here. This was a pretty, in hindsight, it was a pretty good long setup, and even at the time I knew this was a good long setup, but I just had to stop and I decided to leave it on, and I got stopped out. The rest of the day I didn't touch it. I mean, this was probably all margin calls after 3 o'clock, straight up from 7 to almost 10 bucks. So today I was anticipating a backside. I was watching this, was watching the tape here, and I was risking off of like 650 because that's kind of where we topped out the first time, and I started scaling in very slowly and very small as well. So I was trading probably like 1/5 of the size that I did yesterday, because I know that the potential of getting triggered and getting slipped a lot is pretty big. And I was trading much bigger yesterday, and I got slipped quite a bit yesterday. So today it worked out fine. We pushed, I waited for the rejection. Once we rejected, I started in a little bit, half size. Then once we start consolidating, add a little bit, keep the stop at above 650, and trim a little bit more. Still have a core, but the core was small on this one, about a quarter. Back in, and then once we fail to break down or reclaim rather, and start consolidating, I just got out because this thing can spike up again, and I don't want to give back profits. So this was a pretty decent trade here. What else we got? VLRX. This was day one. Got a nice little, very tiny pop in the morning. We tried to squeeze up again, and the stock failed. So same thing as CEI. I was trading this very small. Every time we get into this squeeze mode in the market, I size down drastically, and as I'm starting to get the better feel for it, I'm starting to size up, the following day. So took a starter, we topped out. I think I don't remember exactly where the stop was, but I added, moved the stop lower, start trimming a little bit. $4 was soaking, so get back in. Once we break 4, I'm taking everything off because this looks like a cup and it could test the highs. But once we top out, get back in, and so on and so forth. So I was very, very careful, as you can see in this in the stock. I was getting myself out once I see any type of a cup, and then once we reject, get back in. And once we go sideways and have a little double bottom here, start cupping to the upside, I'm just taking myself out. So these two were the biggest winners. I did trade on the long side VISL, and as you can see, my long game is not exactly is not exactly as good as the short game. So in the morning we start pushing. I thought we're gonna test highs at least. We failed. I got in again. Looks like it was kind of putting on higher lows and cupping to the upside, breaking the downtrend. But I mean, it was super spready, and I thought I got in a little bit too big. I just got out because something like this can happen in 1 or 2 candles. So, and then there was another one, OBLN. This one was a little bit better because I held it for the move. took out half. I was really hoping to see a squeeze, test the highs. Didn't happen, so I just got out. The rest break even. And that is pretty much it for the day. Traded options in Amazon. I've been doing a lot of IV trading, so that's been working out pretty well. And that's pretty much it. So hopefully everybody's staying safe, especially on things like today we have the VISL. That's a little bit dangerous, taking out the highs by just a little bit, 20 cents, and then pulling the bids. So the shorts are getting screwed and the longs are getting screwed as well. So this one's a little bit dangerous. So that is it for the day, or for the morning session at least. It's 12 o'clock. I'm flat, and if you guys have any questions, as usual, you can tweet at me at Chakana Trader, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.